I'm Jane King at the New York Stock Exchange. With me is the CEO of Acurx Pharmaceuticals, David Luci, to bring us up to date on all these things you have going on. I noticed that you just recently had some new scientific data, which looks interesting. Explain what that data tells us. How does that fit into the company's mission?
Thank you, Jay. We did just press release yesterday, new data published in Nature magazine, which is quite a prominent scientific publication worldwide. And what that did was it wrote about our new data from Leiden, our public-private partnership with Leiden University Medical Center out of the Netherlands. It's public-private partnership because it's sponsored by the government in the Netherlands. So we're delighted to report that the results demonstrate that we have a microbiome-sparing, innovative new class of antibiotics. So there's a class effect and it applies to the whole class of our Pol III inhibitor pipeline. How does it work and why is it important? How it works is what our antibiotics class are doing is we're blocking the Pol III enzyme, which is effectively starving the bacterial cell and killing it. And the reason why it's so important as a class effect is because what we're able to say now is that whether we're targeting C. difficile infection, as we are with our lead antibiotic going into phase 3, or our pipeline products, which are targeting MRSA infections, Anthrax, and in addition, vancomycin-resistant enterococcus infections with VRE, we're going to be able to show that while we're curing the direct infections, we're preserving and restoring, scientifically proven, the healthy microbiome. So this is a leap forward for those who want to make America healthy again, because the typical antibiotic, while addressing the direct infection, is causing destruction, a lot of problems with the microbiome, which leads to reinfection and in some cases other diseases. And we're solving for that. So that's a scientific leap forward if our drugs go to market.
So this drug protects the good microbiomes, but kills the problematic ones, starves them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what stage of clinical development is this?
So with our lead antibiotic, ibezapolstat, we're going into phase 3 to treat patients with C. difficile infection. We're working with the government on the potential sponsorship of that program. We're very confident of a potential outcome with that government partnership, although it will take time. Washington is a place that's going through a lot of changes.
Yeah. Or nothing, actually, for now, yeah.
So, but we're confident in the outcome because we have a drug. And not only do we have a drug, but we're showing we have an actual new innovative class of drugs that will make America healthy again by preserving the microbiome while we're curing infections, which is new, or if not novel, very unusual for an antibiotic. Having said that, we will be sponsoring, I expect, in the coming months, a brand new trial in the salvage market, recurrent C. diff. And in that salvage market, we're going to dose 10 to 20 patients of the worst C. diff patients that have had at least 3 episodes of C. diff on the standards of care. And we expect to be able to show that we're going to be able to sweep up the messes caused by the standards of care. Not that they shouldn't have a seat at the table, but ensuring, as we prove to the scientific community, that we deserve a seat at the table is path.
Yeah. Explain C. diff for people that maybe aren't familiar.
Sure. C. difficile infection is caused by people that take a lot of antibiotics. They tend to kill a lot of the positive C. diff bacteria and other bacteria in the gut. And at times there's a proliferation of C. diff that works its way into the colon through the gut wall and causes very bad, life-threatening diarrhea. It kills 29,000 people a year on average in the U.S. 500,000 people in the U.S. get it. And the real problem is the people that have recurrent infection typically continue to recur without being able to be cured by the standards of care that are out there. There are only 2. Whereas on our drug, we think we can fix that problem.
Yeah. So, I mean, two issues. One thing about C. diff is that a lot of times these infections are happening in hospitals and, you know, nursing homes. And then also there hasn't been a treatment for this in what was like 50 years or something.
Yes, yeah, over 30 years.
30.
What's used most often is vancomycin and fidaxomicin, Merck's drug. Vancomycin is a broad spectrum antibiotic, and at least 35% of the patients who take it have recurrent infection. And every time your C. diff infection recurs, you get closer and closer to, a deadly situation.
Hmm.
We had no reinfections among the patients that have been cured on our drug, which are 96%.
Yeah. And I feel like we've been talking about C. diff for a couple of years. Where are you? Like, how close is this to becoming something that will be used?
Oh, this is very close. Phase 3 is the final phase of clinical development. And if we can show the take all comers trial, very small, 10 to 20 patients that were very effective at sweeping up the messes caused by the standards of care, then we'll have sales penetration for end users, both in the primary and the secondary market, meaning that we should, kind of be at the top on
Mhm.
sales penetration at both.
And has the government shutdown slowed down
Yes.
all this? Okay. Bottom line, yes. Okay. I wasn't sure if there was maybe some still trials going on, but no, complete.
We do have an ongoing study, and this is very near term, when we'll come out with data. We have a study going on at University of Houston, lab study, which is comparing R-ibezapolstat, our lead antibiotic candidate, to the two standards of care in C. diff. And what we're doing is we're taking patients, or a bacteria from patients that is resistant to standards of care, vancomycin and fidaxomicin. And we're going in to show that even in patients resistant to the standards of care, we're able to kill that bacteria in a lab study, which, if replicated in our take all comers trial, will be groundbreaking for C. diff.
And then anything else that Acurx shareholders or people interested should be I have on the radar screen.
Well, there's a couple of things. One is that we're now going to extend the public-private partnership with Leiden University Medical Center, sponsored by the Netherlands government, so we could even further elucidate the mechanism of action and isolate the ways that we're able to kind of kill bad bacteria while preserving the good bacteria in the gut. So that will be a new contract, and we expect to be able to press release that very soon, along with the data from University of Houston. And then we expect to start dosing the new trial for the take all comers, 10 to 20 patients. All of that is near-term news that's on the horizon. And that, of course, M&A activity is picked up, and, we have a lot of things going on. Not sure exactly what our board is going to find palatable for us, but there will be potential solutions out there in that regard as well.
Okay. Would you be an acquirer or an acquiree?
It's very complicated. Yeah, I'm an M&A lawyer from the past with Paul Hastings, New York,
Yeah, yeah.
and in some cases it would be one, in some cases it would be the other. So we'll see.
Yeah.
There's a lot flying around right now, but we expect it's going to be a real interesting Christmas season.
Okay. When do you expect the C. diff phase 3 trials to be done and have some results on that?
Well, to be done is hard to say. It depends on when they start. So if we were, say, to get a public-private partnership with the U.S. government in 26, it would probably take 2 years for us to come out with the data on the phase 3 program. But while we're doing that, we'll also have the take all comers trial data to support the validation of our program. And we've also got, with the government, different agency, a potential partnership with the government for our second antibiotic candidate, which targets the treatment of MRSA, Anthrax, and vancomycin-resistant enteropapilar infections. That's a smaller, maybe $25 million partnership, but that would get our second program all the way through phase 1.
Okay.
So while the lead trial is going on, the second program will be coming fast, and we'll have the take all comers data to show
that we service here.
Okay. Well, you're going to be busy, and I have a feeling we'll be talking a lot next year as some of these results come out. So, David, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Karen.